Let me start out by saying this recipe is only for someone who really likes a lot of vegetables in his soup. There's a lot more vegetables than there is fish, and that's the way I like it. So that's the recipe I'm making, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it. So this is going to be with the Udon noodles. Follow the directions on whatever Udon noodle you buy, and just whatever they tell you to do. You boil it, put a little salt, you drain it, you rinse it, and then later on we'll throw it back into the soup. I'm doing something a little unusual, and my reasoning is I don't like all the vegetables to fall to the bottom when you're eating. I like them to be on the top and in the middle, and that's why I'm adding a starch. I'm adding quinoa starch, or you can add cornstarch. It's going to give it a lot more body, so it's not as watery, and the flavor and the taste will stay in your mouth longer. So we're going to start right away with the vegetables and just sweat them up for a minute. Get a little more flavor out of them. And I'm going to put a little olive oil. I'm going to finish this off with a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. And we're going to let this boil up. Here we have the vegetables cut, as you can see, in a style that you would most likely see in a Chinese or a Japanese restaurant. But if you don't want to cut it up that way, that's just fine. The snow peas will go in later because you don't want to cook them now. But the cabbage, celery, and the celery, if you see the ribs, weigh the amount that I said, then peel the ribs. It's an easier way to eat. So we have the garlic, cabbage, celery, the mushrooms, shitake, and green pepper, which are going to cook now. So we're going to sweat that up. And add either fish stock or water, whatever you have. Just sweat it up a little. There's an item missing in there which I'm going to cut right now. See, I always forget something. So we have red onion. Why? Color. It's the only reason. I like color, so we got that color in there. So this is sweated up. And that is a lot of vegetable. Now I still have the spinach, which is going to be added at the very end with the scallions. Of course this is going to shrink up a little, but fish stock is better. If you don't have fish stock, water, not chicken stock, and it'll be good. You have all this flavor. You have the fish, the tilapia, the salt, and I'm using lemon pepper. And now I will add the water for the stock. If you use a pot like this, you know it's going to boil down. You put it up on high. That's 2 quarts. Then we'll see what we wind up when we're finished. Okay, so it's on high flame. Let it boil. I'm not going to waste film. I'm watching this pot boil. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes. You know, I really found most of these ingredients in my refrigerator. Found the fish in the freezer, which I didn't know I had. So I had everything else. I keep the garlic now in the freezer, the peeled garlic. It lasts longer. And I didn't have any fresh ginger, so I'm using this. This is a really good, if you smell this, it smells excellent. Powdered ginger. And if you have fresh, use fresh. And the udon noodle, I'm going to cook right now. I have a pot on with water. And actually this recipe is for, because of the amount of fish, it's really for one person, because I like to eat fish. The noodles, I'll use 2 of the packages. They say one package of the wrapped up out of the 3 is for one person. So I might give a little of this to my wife. Anyway, there's the noodles. They're going to cook up right now. That water's boiling. And this is a fairly simple, this is an easy recipe. Let's wait a few more minutes until I get back to this. This has been boiling for like 6 minutes. And I like the amount of stock or water that's in with the vegetables. Now we're going to finish this up. I'm going to lower this a little bit, finish this up with the starch to give it the body. This is the first time I've used quinoa flour to thicken something. So I'm kind of guessing, but look at that, it's doing a nice job. I'm going to do 1 more tablespoon. Now we want this to be finished now and seasoned. That's the only thing you're going to add to this is the fish and a few other vegetables. So taste it. I really taste the shiitake in there. That's great. You could put a drop of soy sauce in here. Like I said, I'm going to put a drop of sesame oil. Now it's boiling. The fish is going to take the longest, so let's add the fish. This happens to be tilapia, if I didn't mention that earlier. So we have the fish in there. I'll wait a few minutes and then we're going to add the snow peas. The fresh baby spinach without cutting it up, and the scallions. And that's it. And the noodles are here. They're sitting in water, so I'm going to drain these and then just throw them right in there the last second. So what else is left to put in there? Really nothing. If you like it spicier, put some cayenne pepper in there, or add more pepper. You have to taste it. But don't be afraid of the salt. I'm going to put a drop of, like I said, sesame oil in there. And just a dab of soy sauce, because my wife likes that. I will find the sesame oil, or I'll commit suicide. No, we don't want that. Did I say this was healthy? It looks like it is. Fish is always good for you. All the vegetables are good. Only a little amount of olive oil in there, and that's pretty good for you. See that fish, how it's cracked? That's done. So we'll add the spinach, the snow peas, and the scallions. Give it a stir. And you have yourself a nice hearty fish vegetable stew with, am I going to forget about the noodles? I would forget about the noodles because that's how my brain works. All right, drain, come on, come on, come on. That takes care of that. You know, a few more ounces of fish, and you got plenty of fish for 2 people. I'll give all the pieces of fish to my wife. She likes the protein. Me, I always like the broth because it has all the flavor of everything. Bring this to a simple boil one time. Very pleasant. That means I'll enjoy it. And then you see all the vegetables in there, all the ingredients. Very nice, like that. One little boil. Now what I'm going to do with this, it's 3 o'clock. Shut the flame off, it'll cool down a little. And at 5 o'clock, she should be arriving. Just bring it to a little boil and we'll have dinner. I hope you enjoy this. Let me see, should I put it in the bowl so you can look at it? Yeah, why not? Let me get a bowl. Well, there we have it in a bowl. And that's going to be good eating. Enjoy. There's a lot there, so that means each person can get about 2 bowls like that.